The lost city of Atlantis has captivated imaginations for centuries. It's a legendary tale of a powerful civilization that vanished beneath the waves, reportedly destroyed due to its own arrogance and greed. But was Atlantis a real place or merely a myth? The origin of the Atlantis story comes from the Greek philosopher Plato, who described it around 360 BCE in his works, Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was an advanced civilization that existed about 9,000 years before his time. It was a vast empire, rich in resources, with grand architecture, complex infrastructure, and impressive canals and waterways. Atlantis was a paradise of wealth and knowledge. But over time, its people became corrupted by their power. Eventually, the gods decided to punish Atlantis for its moral decay, and the island was said to have sunk into the ocean in a single day and night. This vivid account has left historians and archaeologists debating whether Atlantis was a real place or an allegorical story. Some argue that Plato intended Atlantis as a moral lesson, using it as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and the loss of virtue. Others believe that Plato's account may have been inspired by real events, possibly exaggerated over time. One theory links Atlantis to the Minoan civilization, which thrived on the island of Crete and the nearby island of Thera. The eruption of the Thera volcano around 1600 BCE caused a devastating tsunami that affected the region, and some believe this disaster might have inspired the story of Atlantis. Many locations have been suggested as possible sites for Atlantis. Plato mentioned that it lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which some interpret as the Strait of Gibraltar, placing Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean. This theory led explorers to consider the Azores, a group of islands in the Atlantic, as a possible location. Others have looked to the Caribbean, particularly near Bimini, where natural underwater formations, sometimes called the Bimini Road, sparked theories of submerged ruins. However, scientists believe these formations are natural, not man-made. A more recent theory suggests that Atlantis could be the Eye of the Sahara, a large circular formation in Mauritania that resembles Plato's description of concentric rings. Ultimately, Atlantis serves as a metaphor, whether real or fictional. It's a story about the perils of hubris, reminding us that unchecked power and greed can lead to downfall. The tale of Atlantis endures because it challenges us to reflect on our own societies and the values we hold. So while we may never find physical proof of Atlantis, the legend itself remains a powerful lesson for humanity.